Today we will write a program to calculate occurrence of a particular element in an array. So suppose you have an array, let's call it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Suppose someone is telling you to search it and tell yourself that how many times an element appears in that array. So we will check that. For example, if a user enters a 5, we need to tell him that how many times this element appears in our array. So let's begin. First, I am creating an object of the Scanner class to take inputs. Then I have three variables. So first is the size, which will be the size or the length of the array. Then the second is count, which will count the number of occurrences that element takes place. So for by default it is zero. That means it hasn't occurred yet. So that element doesn't exist yet. And there is a variable called key. So key is used to store the uh, value that will be entered, that will be searched. So first of all, here I am taking an input from the user. I am calling the user to enter the length of the array. So here the user will enter the size of the array or the length of the array. It will tell us the total number of elements we need for that array. So then I'm gonna create an array by using this syntax. You are already familiar with this. Uh, I am using integer since I want to create an integer array. You can create any type of array you want, and then I'm using the new int, and then I this time instead of passing a constant, I am passing a variable. In the previous videos, we used to pass in constant like this. We used to pass in 14, like 5, 6, but instead of passing it, we can even pass a variable into it as long as it's an integer. So the value, whatever will be stored into our size, will come here. So it will be the length of the array. Then this loop takes input from the user. So my loop runs from 0 to length minus 1 or size minus 1. Here I don't need to use the nums dot length function. As you know, it returns the length of the array, but I am not using it since I already know the length of the array. My size variable has the length of the array, so I don't need to use it, but you can use it if you want. It's a personal preference. Then I'm incrementing I after each iteration, and here I'm prompting the user to enter an element. Then I am calling the next int function to take an input from the user, and I'm storing it into the ith index. First element will be stored at the 0th index, then second at the first index, and so on. Then this is our done. Now we have an array. Our array is ready called nums. It has some elements. Suppose it has elements like let's say it has 80, 11, 22, 44, 11, and 33, and 10. So this is our array so far, right? And then I will ask the user to enter the element to be searched. So we will search an element in that array. So here we will take the input from the user and we will store it into key variable, right? Then we have our element. Suppose the user enters 22, so we need to search how many times 22 occurs in this array, or let's call it 11. It's more convenient. And now this is our logic, which will check whether an element has occurred or not. So first I'm iterating through the whole array. So I'm going through the whole array from 0 to size minus 1, which is the last element. Then for each element I'm using this if. So I have the if statement that if key is equal to nums I. So in the first case, the first index is 0, so it is stored at 0. So I am checking that is 11 equal to 80, and this if is not true, therefore this statement won't be executed. That is, the value of count will be true. But when it comes at the first index, now 11 has occurred. So it will now see that 11 equals to 11. So this statement is true. In that case, the value of count will be incremented. So then count will become 1. Similarly, the whole array will be searched as soon as it reaches this element, that is 10. It will again check that since this if will be checked for each element, this if will be checked for this, and all these elements, but I'm checking the few cases only. And now it checks that 10 equals 11 in the end, and this is not true, though, so count remains the same. And now the value of I is incremented. Now it is equal to size. This if is not true, therefore the loop will break, and the end it will print this, that the occurrence of key is our entered variable is count. So count tells us the number of times that value occurred. So let's run our program. Okay, let's enter the length. So how many variables we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's enter 7. So now let's enter our elements until the array is full. First I'm entering 80, then 11, then 22, then 44, then again 11, then 33, and then 10. So now it is again asking for element. Now it is asking for the element to be checked. So now I want to check the element called 11. So now it has told me that occurrence of 11 is 2. And as you can see, our program exists now, but we can